According to Fox Bet, Dak has the fourth best odds to win MVP this season behind Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Russell Wilson. Skip, this is your team. I got to start with you. Are you surprised by how high that is for Dak?
Jenny, I was shocked. I was stunned. I was dumbfounded. I even saw on Caesars last night on its website that it had Dak all the way up at third choice to be MVP at 9-1, not that far behind Mahomes at 4-1 and Lamar at 6.5-1. So, Shannon, the next thought I had, the next emotion I had was I threw up in my mouth a little bit because now I fear that Dak will run back to Jerry and say, see, Jerry, I do deserve $42 million or whatever they're asking for a year. Dak, you do not deserve that much money. And I'm about to demonstrate to you why. 1 year ago, Mr. Sharpe, at this point, would you believe that Dak Prescott was 24th in the MVP odds? 24th. Now he's as high as third. He was 24th a year ago. And he was coming off a Pro Bowl year in which his Cowboys had won the NFC East. Wait a second. Even Zeke was way above Dak last year at this point. Zeke was 15th. Dak was 24th. So how do you explain that all of a sudden now he's coming off a year in which the Cowboys obviously and painfully went 8-8, and Dak did not make the Pro Bowl, and Dak had some nice stats, but some not so nice stats. Obviously, he was second in the league in passing, but Shannon, you pointed out to me there were so many empty calories last year against Green Bay and against Chicago, and he did wind up last year 5th in QBR, but that was because of those first 3 games where you told me they're playing terrible teams, and you were right. And Dak had QBRs of 94, scale 0 to 100, 94, and then an 86. So he went 94, 94, 86 right out of the box, and then hung on down the stretch when he crumbled. And remember, at New England, he had a 26, and at Philly in the game of the year, he had a 38 and missed Tavon on that throw of the year that might have tied the game. So, I thought Dak missed a lot of plays last year. So how in the name of Roger Staubach did he suddenly rise to third, as high as third in the MVP odds? I got an answer for you, Dak. C.D. Lamb. I got an answer for you, Shannon Sharpe. C.D. Lamb. I told you going into the draft, C.D. Lamb was the best receiver in the draft. And lo and behold, thank you, football gods, he was 6th on the Dallas Cowboys board, and he fell all the way to them at 17, fell right out of heaven into their laps. And now the odds makers are all saying, oh, my goodness, if you add C.D. Lamb on top of Amari and Gallup and maybe a bounce-back year from Zeke behind that offensive line, still top 5, with Blake Jarwin getting a lot of the Jason Witten snaps and Mike McCarthy overseeing instead of Jason Garrett. And the odds makers are saying, holy cowboy, here it comes. Dak Prescott could easily lead this league in yards passing and touchdown passes and be right in the thick of the MVP race. But Shannon Sharpe, does that mean Dak has suddenly morphed into a top 5 NFL quarterback? It does not. It simply means that Jerry Jones got him weapons. He's got weapons everywhere. He should be saying, thank you, football gods, for making me the Dallas Cowboy quarterback. It's why Stephen Jones said a couple days ago, the metrics show you that if you overpay your quarterback, it's going to be much harder to win because you're not going to be able to surround him with supporting cast. Dak has a sensational supporting cast, which is why Dak Prescott, listen to me now, swallow your pride, get back to the negotiating table, thank your lucky stars for C.D. Lamb, and compromise. Get this deal done for $35 million a year. You'll still be the top paid quarterback in football and be happy.
Nah, that don't sound right. I mean, Fox Bet says I have great odds to be the MVP. Nah, I think I'm going to wait this one out. I really think I should. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Skip Bayless, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Oh, last year he was 24th. Now in some betting sites, he's up to third. Okay. He's coming off a season in which he threw for over 4,900 yards. He's coming off a season in which he was fifth in QBR. He was fourth in touchdown passes. He's always had weapons. You make it seem like all of a sudden, you're talking about C.D. Lamb has changed Dak's life. I see you crazy if you think C.D. Lamb is the reason why Dak Prescott is as high as third in some betting sites. I love, Skip, this is what I like so much about you. All year long, when I was telling you Dak Prescott QBR it wasn't what it really shaping up to be. You beat me over the head with your notes. Yes, it is. I say, Skip, what about the first 3 games? No, look at this. He's better than this guy. He's better than that guy. It comes time for him to get paid, and you bump him down behind Cousins. You put him behind quarterbacks you would have never done that for in the first 3 seasons. Now, all of a sudden, it's come time to get that payday. Nah, Dak. But what this tells me is that these betting sites, Fox Bet in particular, have a lot more confidence in old Dak Prescott than Jerry Stephen Jones does, Skip Bayless. That ain't looking good for you. See, like you said, everybody's going to Dak and say, well, Dak, look what Shannon Sharpe said and look at your numbers. And old Todd Friend slide that over there. Yeah, but I'm third in betting sites. Look at 4,900 yards, 30 touchdowns, fifth in QBR, rookie of the year, 2 Pro Bowls, 2 divisions. Well, what is that word, Jerry? Because, let's see. How many times Matthew Stafford won that? Not that many, huh? And he got paid. So I need to get paid. Jared Goff got a resume very similar to mine. But you know what? I'm signing my contract a year and a half after his. So I need a 10, 15% raise in what he actually got, Jerry. Jerry, you know how this thing works. So, Skip, you need to stop this notion is that now, all of a sudden, you and Cowboy fans, when I used to say Dak wasn't as good as his numbers would indicate, you called me crazy. You called me the #1 Cowboy hater, you and all their fans. Now it's time for him to get paid. You're using what I've been saying all along and because you don't want to pay him. And then if you were to get him on the deal that you want, you go like, Jerry got him. I told you Jerry's going to win out. And Dak said, no, he's not. I'm going to get my money. I need that money because guess what? The first 4 years, I was underpaid. And nobody said that I was underpaid. Oh, well, that was the contract. That's the contract. Dak said the next contract I get is going to be the contract, and I'm going to be compensated handsomely for my work.
Shannon Sharpe, do you believe that Dak Prescott is a top 5 NFL quarterback?
I believe Dak Prescott should be the highest paid quarterback based on the position and the timing in which he signs this contract. That's how it works, Skip. It's not about if you're good or not. That's not what it's about. You know that. You know what free agency is about. It's about being free. It's about putting yourself in the best situation possible in order for you to maximize this opportunity. Dak walked off the field healthy. He's 100%. And he's been there 4 years. 64 up, 64 down is what he started. And he's been durable. He's been dependable. And so now he should be compensated for that.
I think you just answered my question. You don't think in any way, shape, or form Dak Prescott is a top 5 quarterback. You don't think he's a top 10 quarterback. You don't even think he's a top 15. You think he's somewhere in the middle, somewhere down there at 17, 18, because last year you repeatedly gave him Fs for his performance. You repeatedly said empty calories against Green Bay in the comeback and at Chicago in the fourth quarter comeback. You repeatedly said the first 3 games were garbage against garbage teams. And I'll give you that part of it. And in the end, Dak Prescott did not have as good a year this past year as he had the year before when he did make the Pro Bowl and win the division. It's hard to sell him as a $40 million quarterback coming off this past season because he didn't play like one. Again, Patrick Mahomes is going to get 40-something million, 42, 43 a year, probably for 5 years, with a ton of it, maybe almost all of it, guaranteed. But Shannon, I give you a website, overthecap.com. They did a big breakdown yesterday of what does Dak really deserve at this point in time. And they came to the conclusion that offer that Jerry has made, which is around 35 a year, is fair, that he deserves maybe 36. But in overall guaranteed money, given what the market has borne so far up to this point, that he deserves maybe 90 million of it guaranteed, as opposed to what I've read has been offered, which is closer to 110 million guaranteed. So the point is, Shannon, on the table right now is a deal that would make Dak Prescott easily the highest paid quarterback in all of football. Now, in short order, Deshaun and Mahomes are going to get some more money. Not hugely more, but some more money. The point is, Dak has not earned, and I don't think he's going to earn any more than 35, which is sensational money. What they're asking for, as I've told you again and again, is out of bounds, unrealistic, outrageous money. And you don't merit it under this cap. There is a hard salary cap in the National Football League. And I'm sorry, I don't want to wreck my team's chances going forward. Dak Prescott has to be grateful for the weapons he has, for the 12-odd national TV commercials he has, and for the power of being the quarterback of not only America's team, but of a team that has a chance, maybe next year or at least the next year, to win a Super Bowl, maybe a couple of Super Bowls. Dak, you have to be grateful for what's sitting on the table before you. Great money and a great, potentially, football team.
See, Skip, that's the problem that I have. And that's how y'all do us. That's how the quarterback comes available. Be grateful. You should be glad that you're playing quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. You should be happy that you're in the NFL. Bump that. I've earned this contract under the market.com, in which I'm looking at right now. I just made that up. That's just my own site. When Dak was making $500,000, was he underpaid? Nobody came to Dak and said, Dak, this is what we're going to do. When he made $1 million his second year after coming off Rookie of the Year, winning the division, going 13-3, where was Jerry then? Where was all these sites saying Dak was overpaid? He was underpaid and nobody gave him a bump in pay. Now it's my turn. I've waited 4 years to get what's mine. I'm not taking a penny less than what I believe I deserve. And be grateful I'm your quarterback. Because you remember what you were? You keep, Tony Romo, you keep talking about Dak doesn't deserve to be top 5. I don't believe Amari Cooper. You will not find one GM that says Amari Cooper is a top 5 receiver, but yet they made him the highest paid receiver in all of football. Now when it comes time to me getting paid, it's a hard cap. Dak, you don't deserve this. It's all the weapons. Well, what about when I didn't have all those weapons? You didn't say anything then. I'm going to get my money one way or another, and guess what? I'm standing pat. 4,900 yards. Skip, all the things that you're saying now. Oh, he missed Tavon. You didn't say it then. All these things when I was saying that he didn't make the throw against, hold on. When I said he didn't make the throw against New Orleans and he came up small against New England. You talk about your quarterback week after week after week. You gave him B+, B, A minus, A+. Now all of a sudden, you want to downgrade him. See, you're the type of guy want to say, you don't say anything good in the heat of the moment. But now when I'm done, you want to give me flowers. No, Skip Bayless. But you did it flip side. You was talking all good in the process when it wasn't good. And now when it's time to get paid, you want to dig up. Well, look at this right here. Look at this throw. These were empty calories. Like you said, you never said they were empty calories at the time he was eating them. You say they were good calories, nutritious, dense. Now all of a sudden I need 37 million. I need 100 million fully guaranteed. You're balking. Nah, balk all you want to. I'm going to get my money. You paid everybody else. Is DeMarcus Lawrence a top 5 defender? Hell no. But you paid him like one. So now it's my turn to get paid. Oh, you come up with all these. He's not top 5. Top 5, Skip. There's so many guys that's not top 5 at their position that's getting that because they hit the market when they were free. Dak plays a premium position. He's 26 years of age, probably be 27 shortly, and he deserves to get paid. It's not about being good. It's not even about what's being deserved. It's about playing a position and being available. Dak has done everything. He's checked all the boxes with the exception of getting to the NFC Championship game, the Super Bowl, and winning. But he's 26 and he has time to do all that. Nah, he's not grateful and he shouldn't be grateful. Be grateful that God gave him that ability and he's been able to stay healthy. Now pay that man and stop talking about we should be grateful. You should be grateful he's your quarterback.
For the record, I twice last year gave him C+s for those games at New England and at Philadelphia. I did not love the way he played in those games. I do still love Dak Prescott. Nobody has defended him more than I have. But enough is enough. Okay, reality is reality. I've never said he was a top 5 quarterback. I'll give you top 10. I think he's on the edge of the 10 best quarterbacks. I'd make him 9 or 10 right now. And durability is certainly an ability. 64 for 64. He could have played in 64 games. He has played in all 64 games. I love that about him. I do believe he's a gamer. I believe he's a baller. I believe he is a comeback kid. I believe he will fight you to the death as he fought Green Bay and Chicago to the death. Was it easier to throw for those yards in the fourth quarter? I told you then. Yeah, it gets a little bit easier in the fourth quarter. But still, he was extraordinary in the comeback against Green Bay and against Chicago. But I can't, in the end, sell 8 and 8. He didn't have his best year. He had a better year when he was a rookie than he did last year. Is it some regression? I don't know. All I know is he's not better than Patrick Mahomes. I give you that. I have conceded that on this show numerous times. I've told you numerous times I would take Deshaun just slightly over Dak Prescott. So I can't argue that he deserves more money than they're going to get. We're not sure what they're going to get, but Dak and his new agent, Todd France, are trying to predict the market, and they want more money than they think those guys will get. And if you get up into the 40-some million a year, you've lost me. Dak Prescott was a 4th-round draft choice, and again, he doesn't have sensational ability. He just maxes out what he can do with his arm and his legs. So again, I'm trying to be objective about my quarterback, and I'm telling you, all my intel tells me Dak Prescott is asking for absurd money, the kind of money that no owner in his right mind would pay. And yet Shannon Sharpe, president of the Cowboy haters, wants to see Dak Prescott wreck my salary cap and ultimately my locker room, tear it all apart, where people are saying, he got that much money? Again, Dak is the leader of this team. He is the face of the franchise, but you can't so overpay him that you wreck your chances of winning championships. And Dak Prescott has to do, I've always called him Brady-esque. Tom Brady took $25 million to go to Tampa for the next 2 years. Dak is already scheduled to make $31.4 just if he accepts the tag. On the table right now is $35 million. So next year, Dak Prescott could make $10 more million than Tom Brady will make. The GOAT. A team that I think has a chance to get to the Super Bowl in Tampa. And we're going to talk about this later. I think Tom Brady has a real good shot at winning MVP next year, and he willingly took $25 million, which is still the most he's ever made in his career. He always has taken less to maximize his team's chances against the cap to win championships.
Skip, that's Tom. You do realize that after Tom's second year, they tore his contract up and gave him an extension. And then after 2 years after that contract, they gave him another extension. Dak Prescott had to play this all the way out. First of all, second of all, Dak Prescott is a better quarterback now than he was as a rookie. His team record might indicate they were better, the team. But Dak Prescott is a better player now than he was then. You know that, I know that. No. So stop trying to minimize it.
I don't know that.
And you said you gave Dak a couple of C's in 2 games. Skip, they played 16 games. So the other games, you didn't mention anything about them going 8-8. You were talking about getting B's and A's. Now, all of a sudden, it comes time to get his money. Now you want to give him D's and C's and F's. Don't do that, Skip. And guess what? You had a chance. You had Dak on a rookie contract. That's your opportunity to put everything about. Remember how they did it with Russell Wilson? They got to 2 Super Bowls. They won 1. You see what happened, Skip? His payday's going to come. That balloon payment we talked about is going to come due. And he's going to eat into a large chunk of that contract. So that's why when Russell Wilson started getting that money, they had to start disassembling it. You see Richard Sherman had to leave. Cam Chancellor retired. Earl Thomas had to leave. You look at all the pieces they had to start chipping away with. So basically now they got K.J. Wright, they got Bobby Wagner, they got Russ. That's it. From that star-studded franchise when they got all those all-decade players. Skip, Dak Prescott deserves this. He was underpaid for 4 years, but now you want to try to make sure he stays underpaid again. Nah, Dak said,
No, I don't.
There's a reason why Dak took Todd France, because he knew lesser agents would have caved to this kind of pressure. And Todd France has been in the business far too long. He won't cave. I'm going to get what I deserve.
Okay. Yeah. Time out. Last question. I need you to explain to me in a nutshell how the quarterback that you gave F's to much of the year last year, the quarterback that you dismissed as mediocre at best, should get $42 million a year from Jerry Jones. Explain that to Jerry.
I'll do it to you in as simple terms as I possibly can. He plays a premium position. He's free. And the last quarterbacks that signed in front of him that you have constantly said that he was better than got X. So he don't deserve anything less than Y and Z. That's what you said. You said he's better than Wentz. You said he's better than Goff. And he played his contract completely out. They did not. Okay, then. And you want me to take less money than them on the guarantee side?
No. He's been offered more than Jared Goff and more than Carson Wentz. It's on the table right now. Take it.
We do fully, over here at O'Shea's place, we do fully guaranteed. I sign my name, this is how much I'm getting. Not with caveats. If you're on the team at the league year, get injury guarantees. No, we do fully guaranteed. I sign Shannon Sharpe, that's what I'm getting.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.